Good day, people. How are you today? This day is quite a special day to talk about other people's life. Before I start, allow me to introduce myself. I am Goddess Marites, and I am a god of Chica. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So for today's chica, we're going to talk about a very handsome demigod. So his name is Perseus. So he is a demigod since he is a son of a god and a human. So he's a demigod. Well, let's hear or dig deeper about the life of Perseus. So Perseus is the only son of Danae and Zeus, thus a half-god by birth. Perseus was one of the greatest heroes in Greek mythology, most renowned for beheading the only mortal Gorgon, Medusa. So I know maybe you've heard about Medusa. He has a head made of snake, and that head is capable of turning onlookers into stone. And Perseus used that as a weapon in his subsequent adventures. So before getting ready or getting excited about how Perseus managed to slay the powerful Gorgon Medusa, let's um, dig deeper about his life. Okay. So, before that, let's get to know about Danae, the mother of Perseus. So, Danae is a very beautiful woman. She is a princess, daughter of a king of Argos, Acreus. So, during that time, there's an oracle told by Apollo that there would come a day when one of Danae's sons would kill him. So imagine if you were the king and you've heard about that oracle. I'm sure all of us would be anxious. So Acreus imprisoned his daughter in Brome's underground chamber. So instead of killing her daughter, which she thinks is not right, not because she has a attachment to her daughter, but because it is not good to kill someone in his blood. So she cannot kill her daughter. So that way, she imprisoned her daughter and thought that if he would do that, she would never be able to marry, let alone have an offspring. So the king thought that he succeeded, or he had no problem to think about, since it was over. But in the next chamber, there is a Greek god who pays her a visit. Oh, quite scandalous. So the next chamber was dark and desolated, the only opening being a tiny crack of the roof. So it was a very, very little crack enough for the sunlight to go there or enter her chamber. But that tiny crack, was enough for a supreme god of the Greek to pay Danae a visit. Spellbound by his beauty, one day, Zeus poured down into Danae's lap, transformed in a shower of golden rain. Okay. After that, Zeus impregnates Danae. Acreus, however, was astonished to find Danae in her chamber with a baby boy in her hand. Who would have thought that Danae would be able to get pregnant even if he's in prison, right? because of that, he threw him to the vicious sea. So the chest eventually arrived safely to the island of Seriphus, which was ruled by relatively just King Polydectes. So, to prevent any eventual hostility, Dictys, who found Danae and Perseus, did his best to shelter Perseus and Danae from the curiosity of the Seriphians. And it seems that he managed the situation quite superbly, for it would pass numerous years before anyone found out that the existence of Danae and Perseus. And if Dictys was aware of something he wasn't supposed to, the second Polydectes laid his eyes on Danae, he fell in love with her. So Danae's beauty, even having a son Perseus, it never fades away. She was still pretty, she was still beautiful, and she was still shiny. And because of that, the king, Polydectes, fell in love with her. He tried wooing her and eventually even asked her hand in marriage. But the timid princess repeatedly spurned his advances. Now, rejections don't suit a king's reputation too well. If you're a king and you are rejected by a normal people, since Danae is not a princess in that land, so she was considered a normal person. If Polydectes was rejected by Danae, it would be good in his reputation. So Polydectes resolved to win Danae by any means necessary. So he was very eager to win Danae. His only obstacle was naturally her son, Perseus. So the king devised a cunning plan to get rid of Perseus. So Polydectes pretended to propose to Hippodamia. Because of Perseus being poor or being in a poor situation, he wasn't able to bring any gifts. The reason why Polydectes he used that opportunity to demand for Medusa's head, which Perseus accepted without even seeing her mother Danae. So the adventure started here. So on his way, he met the goddess Athena and the god Hermes, which led him to find Grain. So Grain, the sister of Gorgons, to give him the directions. So this they were three-haired women who live in a cave. So it's not easy to please them. So when an opportunity arises, Perseus grabbed the eye. He took the eye and threatened them, leaving them with no other choice but to leave. So, because Perseus was smart enough to have that idea, they told him to visit the certain nymphs of the north, which also own the winged sandals and the kikibis. So he would use that also to slay the Medusa. So equipped with all materials he needed to slay the Gorgon Medusa. So he managed to get or to acquire all the things he needed to kill Medusa. On that night, tiptoeing, he approached Medusa, the only one who is immortal among the three. Perseus raised the sickle and violently struck Medusa's head. On his way back, he saw the Titan Atlas and turned him into a stony mountain using the head of Medusa. So she succeeded on killing and getting Medusa's head, and on his way back, he uses that as a weapon on the people, things, or monster that he encountered. So he also killed Cetus and earned the Ethiopian princess Andromeda. So when he returned, he learned that Polydectes harassed her mother. So he was very angry upon knowing the reason. That's why he killed him. And he killed him and find the name. With that, he figured out that they should go back to her mother's hometown, to the Argos, thinking that if he would reconcile with his grandfather, uh, he would be able to the king would eventually accept them, but that only gave them an opportunity to fulfill the oracle because Perseus ended up killing his grandfather. So after burying his grandfather, he was too ashamed to take the throne. So instead of staying, he left and ruled at Tyrians, and afterward, he founded Mycenae, where he and his mother, where he and his wife Andromeda lived for many years. So that's all about the story of Perseus. So it was quite a journey for him. We can see how loving Perseus is towards her mother, and seeing how he get mad when he learned that Polydictus um harassed his mother. He never had the second thought, but he killed the king. So imagine the power or um the charisma that Perseus hold. So that's how Perseus, the story of Perseus ends. So I hope you've learned another chica and your life is kind of spice up because of the chica that you've learned or heard about this day. So thank you.